Hey guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Navigator. On today's episode, we're going to be doing an upgrade of the Native Slayer Propel 10 kayak. A couple weeks ago, I showed you its stock, and now we're going to put some stuff on it. So stand by. Hey guys, here we are again, talking Native Slayer Propel 10 kayak. I showed you in a previous video what it looked like stock, and I gave you a review of it, what I thought was good, what I thought was bad. Well, over the years that I've had it, I've identified some things that I want it to change, some things that I want it to make better. So today, we're going to take all that cool stuff, all those gadgets, and we're going to throw it on that boat right there. So all of this is going over here. Alright guys, let's get to putting some stuff on this kayak. So first off, I want to welcome you back to my page. Hope you like the videos we're putting out. We're going hiking, we're spotlighting trails. We're going to be going fishing soon, going to lakes, telling you where those are, doing some reviews on some baits, and give you some tips and tricks. And we're going to do product reviews. So today we're going to be doing a review on my Native Slayer Propel 10. So I've got a table full of stuff, and we're going to start putting it on there. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you like all these videos, and that way you won't miss any. Alright. So the first thing that we're going to put on this boat are these right here. Alright, these are made by Native. You can get them on the website, and everything that I talk about today, I'm putting links in the description to, so you can get on there and do some research and look them up. Nothing here that's going on this boat, I'm not getting paid by any of these people, okay? So I'll tell you what I think about this stuff, and you can take it for what it's worth. Alright, so this here is a cam lock paddle holder. Alright, I got these as basically you set your paddle in there, and then that cams down on it and holds it. They do really good at holding your paddle, okay, and whatever else you want to put on it. But the thing is if you got something that you're taking in and out of them, a lot of times they'll be popped down when you go to put something back in it, and you have trouble. You have to pop it back out and start all back over again. So sometimes that can be a pain. Now, there are some better things out there on the market. I believe it's Yak Attack makes one that's pretty much just a wheel that you set stuff down and it locks, okay? And then it just comes back out, and you don't have the problem of it staying down, and then you have to mess with it. So anyway, as you can see, we've got a little attachment that fits in the gear track, and you just tighten that down. So we'll go put those on. Alright, so as you can see, these fit right in the groove track like that. Alright, we're going to put two of them up here. Alright, you just tighten them down. I usually get a screwdriver and go back later and tighten them all down real secure. But I'm going to put two of them up here in the front. These are going to be ones that are going to be holding my paddles. Alright. Alright, now back here on the back, on this rear one, I like to keep two back here. And these here are going to hold something that I don't see on a lot of boats, but I tell you what, if you don't have one, you should go get one. Alright. Now what I call it is a lure retriever. Now, I don't think that's the official name of it, but that's what I call it. All right, and basically all it is a pole. All right, so it's a pole with a little hook-like thing on the end of it, and it extends out and retracts. It's made out of aluminum, so it's not going to rust. And anyway, I put this on my boat, and I can't tell you how much money I have saved in lures that I had hung up. Now, I seen there's some out on the market that have a different end on them, and they got like a little corkscrew on it, so you could wind it around your line and then follow it down, and that would actually be pretty good. I may upgrade that one at some point in time, but for right now, this is what I have, and there's a link in the description to take you to one that you can buy, but you can find them on Walmart, Amazon, or you know, about anywhere. I think even Bass Pro has them. That might be where my link is. But it's basically just, you can see Shoreline Marine is who makes it, and it's just a telescopic boat hook's what it's called. So anyway, I like to tether everything off, because if I flip the boat, I don't want anything, I won't want to lose anything. Got a lot of money in this stuff, so we'll just tether that off to the seat. All right, so next thing we're going to put on here, all right, some more of these cam locks. All right, these are the ones that Native makes. All right, and what I did was a little DIY project. Okay, got a little piece of PVC, put it on here. You can see I don't even have the real deal connectors for the gear track. I'm just using a regular old square nut, but hey, it works, and that's what it takes sometimes. So anyway, this will just fit in here like this into this gear track. All right, wiggle it around here a little bit, and I'll go get something to tighten this up later. But basically what's going to happen here is my paddles are going to lay across here. All right guys, so we got these on here, and I'm going to show you what happens sometimes. Sometimes you go put these in and see how this one's cammed down. You know, it's not going to want to go in there, and you're going to have to reach up and push it up and then cam it back down. But okay, when you do put them in there, they fit snug. I mean, these ain't coming out, you're not going to lose them. So really good. And you can see back here we got the pole in there. All right, so we got them on. Let's go and see what we got next. All right, next thing we'll put on here is this. All right, this little holder here is great. I mean, as you can see through it. So it dries easy. It's really lightweight, and it's very rugged. It's made by Native, and basically what you can put in here, okay, your fish grips, you can put pliers in there, you can put about anything in there. It comes in real handy. This one actually came with the boat. I'm not sure if they do that anymore, but on their website they will sell you one. So let's go head over here and put this on. All right guys, so first thing we want to do is take this gear track nut here, slide it in. We'll go ahead and put this other one in too. All right, we're going to move them back this way. I think this is about where I set it. All right, we'll space them out. Then we got these little screws here. We'll put them in. All right, get this first one screwed down. All right, easy money. All right, scoot this up, get this other one. All right guys, really easy. We'll hang this right here. That way when I'm sitting in my chair, I can get to everything lickety split. All right guys, the next thing we're going to put on the boat is the Yak Gadget Flex Rod Staging System. That's just a big name for rod holder. I learned about this company, Yak Gadget, they're from Tennessee, when I was camping with the Kentucky Kayak Anglers. That's a group that I met on Facebook. And man, these things are great. In my boat, you know, I used to use the ones that came with it, you know, the vertical rod holders. And what would always happen to me was I'd float in to the bank, and the trees would catch my rods, or I'd go back to make a cast and I'd hit the pole, or I'd snag it or something like that, and I was afraid I was going to break a pole or something like that. So I had to come up with another solution, and horizontal storage was what I found, and I really like it a lot. All right, so you can see these, they come in a pair. The only thing that I added to them were these right here, okay? And basically, I just got some flex cord, okay? Tied it up, and what I'll do is when I get my rods in there, I'll take this over top of it and connect it. That way, if my rods, it'll keep them secure and they won't come out. So let's go put these on the boat. All right, so guys, horizontal rod storage. All right, as you can see, they've got a little adapter here to go inside your gear track. Just loosen up a little bit, and you see you got this little rubber grommet up here on top. That helps keep it from turning around on you once you get it in. All right, let's go ahead and screw that here a little bit farther. All right, goes right inside that track. Okay, I put some tape here, that way I wouldn't scratch my boat all up. So we'll go ahead and tighten it down. All right, there we go, looking good. All right, you'll also notice this little track here, this little groove. So what this lets you do is you can move them in and out. All right, if you had to paddle, you might want to move them in closer, so you can get your paddle out there and do that. Or you can scoot them out here, kind of away from everything. I like to keep them in a little bit closer. So anyway, there's a knob right here. We'll just tighten this up. All right, we'll go up here to the front. All right, same thing. All right. Loosen this up a little bit. Get it in the track. All right, I put some tape on it again so it wouldn't tear nothing up. All right, we'll just tighten this down. All right, looks like a straight shot back there to me. All right, you can put your fishing rods in here. If you got a stakeout pole, you can put it in there also. And I mean, guys, these have worked really well for me. Now also what I'll do is I like to tether everything in. So here in a minute, I'm going to put some anchors here where I can tether my poles off. So we'll get to that shortly. All right, guys, so the next thing I'm going to put on here is this little eyelet, okay? This I got off Amazon, and basically it's just for tying off to or strapping something to, running a D-ring through. I mean, you can see how I got this set up. And then on the other end, I've got these tethers, okay? I got them off of Amazon too. They were really cheap. And what I do is once I get my rods here in my rod holder, I will take these tethers and I'll tether each one of them off. That way, just in case I drop one or something happens catastrophic, I've got something holding on to my baits. So what I'll do is I'll put this here in the gear track. You can see it's got a little, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a little rubber grommet on there. So we'll put it in there, bring it up here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and screw it in and tighten it down. All right, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my D-ring, I'm gonna put it through here, and I'm gonna clip it in. That way if this falls off, okay, we're anchored in here so I won't lose this. And then there you go, there's my lanyards, and I'll just attach them to my poles down there at the rod or fishing reel. As I put the fishing reels in, I'll just attach this to the reel itself. So all right, another gadget on there, and we've got another one. So the next thing I'm gonna put on there are my seat risers. I told you in my previous video that I felt like my seat needed to be a little bit higher, just for comfort. And also what it did for me, it gave me some additional storage space underneath my boat. So this is what they look like here, and they're real easy to install. I got these off a guy named Greg Massa, and I can't remember exactly which site it was. It was either a Native kayak site or it was some kayak site on Facebook. If I can find a link to him, I'll send it to you. The guy was great. I mean, he got them out lickety split, had them on my boat. They were real easy to install, and man, it made a world of difference. So let's get these put on. All right, guys, so we got the risers on the chair. This is what they look like in the front. Here's what it looks like in the back. Okay, they raise the seat up about probably about 2 inches, maybe a little bit more. So now all it's left is got these track nuts in here. So we'll go ahead and screw this one down. We won't put it in all the way. We'll leave it a little bit loose. Now there's a little bit tight. All right. That one. We'll go over here and get this other side. Get through here first. All right. Now put this on. That's a little star washer, just so that it won't fall out. All right. Get that one lined up here. All right. Looks like we're lined up. Go ahead and screw this one down. All right. All right. Now you see we can move our seat back and forth. All right. Over. We can tighten it down. All right. And now we're good. Let's go find something else. Okay, guys. We almost got it all. We're getting close. So all we got really left is I got to have some power for my electronic. All right, and as you can see, all right, Outdoor Products, they created that watertight box there, and there's a link in the description. And also in that description, you can see the Mighty Max battery. All right, so got a little 12 volt, 9 amp hour battery. I did a little modifications. Okay, ran my wire out, got me an inline fuse, and all that I hook up to this is my electronic, and I've had it out. It runs all day. It actually runs 2 or 3 times going out on a full day fishing. So I'm going to go ahead and wire it up. It's going in the backpack. Go put that in. I'm going to set my tackle box in my crate, and when everything's set up, I'll do a complete walk around. I'll show you everything we put on it once again, and that'll be it. All right, guys, so it looks like we're getting down here to the end. What we got left is my electronics. So I'm rolling with the Humminbird Helix 5. All right, these are all Scotty mounts that I bought, and when I looked them up, a lot of them came all pieced together. All right, so the transducer arm, that was all one piece. The gear head here, the mounting bracket, universal mount. You know, I think I got those all ordered pretty much together. I've got links in my description. They were all bought on Amazon, so there's links on there you can go to and check out. So we'll go over here and get this all on the boat. All right, the thought is you got to think about where everything goes before you put it on, because once you put it on here, you got to take it back off to put something else on. So if I put my electronic for my transducer arm, that's not going to be the way I want it. So there's a certain order, and in this case, this transducer arm goes on first. So you basically just slide it down, okay? And you can just about see where it's been sitting. I probably need to put me some tape there. All right. So I'm just going to tighten that down there. All right. All right, that's not going nowhere. All right, the next thing I'm going to put on here is another one of these eyelets, okay? And I'm going to put it on because I'm going to use it to tether everything off to, so I don't lose it, because this stuff's expensive. All right, now I got my universal mount here. All right, I got my ball mount. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to tighten it down. All right. Then this here goes just like this. All right, tighten that up. I found that I really like this arm here. All right, because it gives you a whole lot more motion. You can turn it left and right, up and down, and swing it out off the boat. The only thing that I didn't like with everything that I've bought here and set up, as far as the electronic goes, this universal mount was really free spinning. All right, so what I ended up having to do was put some electrical tape right in here where it goes into the mount. Okay, and what that did was it's made it to where it gave it a little bit of friction, and it wasn't spinning around on me just freely. Okay, now as you can see, I've got that tethered off here, so if for some reason that breaks, I don't lose my electronic. So I'm gonna go ahead and anchor that off right there. Let's see here, I got my Scotty mount rod holder. All right, he usually goes right there. All right, guys, so as you can see, it's looking pretty good. When I'm sitting in my seat, I can look at my electronic real easy. Everything's out of the way. All right, I got my rod holder sitting here. Whenever I want to put my transducer down, okay, I'll just reach up here, loosen that up. I'll lower it down into the water, tighten that up. All right, and I've got two tethers here. One tethers to my rod and reel, and the other one just tags in there like that. So if something was to happen and that popped off, you know, I wouldn't lose that. So, you know, as you can see, a lot of thought goes into making sure that if this boat gets dumped or if I knock into something, I don't lose it. And you know, that's just protecting your investments. All right, guys, all that we really got left. All right, I got my net here. All right, Frey Bill, got that from Walmart. I usually just put it up here under the seat, you know, and if I need it, it's real easy to get to. So, you know, I took this off when I was putting the seat on. All right, so let's see, what do we got left? All right, I use this little pad. I put it back here in my tank well, and when I set my crate on top of that, you know, it just keeps it from making noise. You know, plastic on plastic makes a lot of noise. So what we'll do is I'll work on getting my crate tied in there. I just use a regular old storage crate. I set it in here, and these paracords that come with it, there's some tie downs here on the boat. So what I do is I just kind of weave my way through my crate. That way, if the boat flips over, I don't lose it. And I'll get this put in here, and I'll get my electronics run some more. I've also got a backpack that I'm gonna put on here, and I'll talk about it a little bit more once I get it on the seat. So guys, just stand by and we'll get back to it. All right, now my backpack. All right, Lunker Hunt, that's who I went with. There's a link in the description. I like this one because it opened up in the top. Okay, it's got a big wide mouth on it. All right, that way when I'm sitting in my seat, I can turn around and everything's easy to access. It's got a pocket here on the side. What I keep in here is just a cup. And I think you all probably could figure out what that's for. You know, when you drink a lot of water out there on the lake trying to stay hydrated, you got to get rid of it. So you got a front pocket here. In this front pocket, I just keep some rope. Then in this box, I've just got some tools. Okay, I got a scale, got a little fish measure, and also got an air horn. So if something happens out there, you know, I can blow it, and hopefully somebody hears me and comes and saves me. So, all right. So anyway, we'll put that on here. Get this rope back in here. All right, so this is gonna be pretty easy to put on, guys. Basically what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take your straps. You're gonna go over the top. All right, and I'm gonna take this bottom strap and I'm gonna go up through the seat, and then I'm gonna connect it. So I'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll come back. Hey guys, it took a little work, but finally got it all on there. It took a couple years to come up with all the mods and, you know, what worked well with me, but you know, it's still work in progress. Every time I go out, you know, I'll identify something that, you know, I'm like, there's got to be a way to make this better. Then I'll get on YouTube and I'll start watching channels just like mine, and I'll run into that guy that came up with it, or that girl, you know, and I'll see it, and I'll go out and try it out, you know. If it works for somebody else, might work for me. But you know, it's all about getting everything set up the way you like it. That way when you're out there fishing, you know, you're having a good time. So we'll flip this around and we'll run around this boat real quick, and this episode's about to be wrapped up. All right guys, so we'll start up here in the front. All right, we started out with these Native paddle holders. This was something that I DIY'd, you know, just to put these two cam locks on, these cam lock paddle holders. So you see how they work. I mean, really good. I mean, they hold that in there. That ain't going nowhere, as they say. All right, Scotty mount, transducer arm, my transducer down here. All right, whenever I want to raise it up, just twist that when I'm traveling, and there we go. Here's my rod holder. This is also Scotty. All right, it's right there where close to my seat. So if I need to put my rod in there, take care of a big old bass, it's right there real handy. Another reason why I like this little 10-foot boat, because as you can see, everything's accessible. All right, here we got my mount for my electronic for my Humminbird Helix 5. I like this because with this arm here, I'm able to adjust it, bring it in closer, swing it out, swing it this way, that way. I can turn it. Okay, got a lot of different things I can do. Just tighten that back down. All right, I got my wires run back up here under the seat out of the way. They go back to this backpack by Lunker Hunt. What I told you I liked about it was it opened up in the top, you know, had a big wide mouth so I could turn around and get to everything. I usually put my lunchbox in there. I got my battery, got my P cup. All right, back here on these cam holders by Native, I got my bait retriever. Okay, that's what I call it. And if you don't have one of these, you should get one, because I've saved a fortune in baits. It's also good. I mean, you can extend it out. You can get baits under the water. You can reach up in the trees. You can extend it out there, you know, if you need it to pick somebody up out of the water, it's drowning, who knows? I mean, so many uses. It comes in handy, and you know, it's back here out of the way, and that ain't going nowhere. All right, my tackle box. I got my crate. I weaved it through. The one that I'm using is this Plano, okay, 3600. There's a link to it in the description. I like it because it's got lots of pockets. Okay, I can put all my Planos in here with all my baits. All right, I got them labeled. All right, that way when I look back there, I know what's in there. Got them all labeled. All right, inside this pouch, you've got storage. Okay, I've got some extra line. Got me a scale. Okay, and it all buttons back up. All right, there's pouches, little saddle bags that hang off the side. You know, these pouches are good for, I think I've got some jerk baits in there, you know, some different hooks, some plastics, but I usually just keep those off separate and tucked in here, back here in the back. All right, I keep my strap on here in case I want to pull that out and take it fishing with one of my buddies that's got a bass boat. It's got some hooks in here. I got some D-rings. All right, and I got this strapped in. That way, you know, just in case, you know, if you got that turnover, that boat turns over, you can not worry about losing all your stuff. All right, and usually what I'll do is I'll run this across the top. Okay, bring it down here. A little bit tight. Bring it down there. All right, and then everything's secure. I'll probably loosen that up later, but that's not going nowhere. All right, my rod holders. All right, Yak Gadget. There's a link in the description for these. Horizontal storage for your fishing rods. I tell you, for me, that's one of the best things I ever put on this boat. I just didn't like the vertical rod holders right here, because the places that I fish, I would always come up on the bank and I'd hang up in the trees. All right, got my tethers. Okay, I latch these onto all my fishing rods. That way if I accidentally drop one in the water, I can reel it back in, I can retrieve it. Underneath my seat here is all kinds of room. And actually, all right, a lot of times I've got these little boxes here that I'll keep plastics in. And look here, they just fit right under there. You can actually put 2 in there really good. So, you know, just all kinds of storage room in this boat. All right, up here, got this little Native watercraft storage pocket. All right, I can put my fish grippers in there. You can see them, remember, from Bass Pro. You can also put you some pliers or some scissors in there, you know, if you're fishing with braid and you need to cut it. Got everything tethered off so I don't lose it. Got my hummingbird, I think I showed you that. So, up here in the front, I just put a little D-ring clip, you know, if I want to clip off to a tree or something and just sit somewhere and enjoy the sun and eat me a bologna sandwich. But guys, that looks like that's about it. The only other mod I did, I'll go ahead and show you this. All right, so keel guard. You see a bunch of them out there and you can see where it's been working on it. All this is Gorilla Tape. And underneath of the Gorilla Tape, I put a piece of water hose. Okay, I put the water hose there along the keel, and then I put some Gorilla Tape over top of it. And I can take this Gorilla Tape off and replace it as many times as I need to. And, you know, it protects my boat. It's really cheap, and it does the job. All right. So, guys, that's going to be it for this week's episode. Coming up in the future, we're going to have a lot more videos. I've got 2 more kayaks and a canoe that I'll end up reviewing. So I'll have videos on them. We'll continue to go out and hit the trails. We'll go camping, we'll go kayaking, we'll go fishing. We got a lot coming up. So I want to invite you to subscribe if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, hey, welcome. We're glad to have you here. And we always end, you know, with a message. And that's navigate yourself outside. We'd like to see you get out there to the outdoors, because that's where it's at. Okay, so I hope to see you walking in the trees or out on the lake catching a breeze, whatever the case may be. So guys, we'll see you in the next episode. You take care of yourself. Peace.